Hi, y'all. We're back on the exit interviews of I Love Money 13. We're here with Bucket Hat and all, Justin.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Keisha.
Justin, my man, Justin. What happened? Tell us.
I mean, I knew it was coming once the nominations were set. I knew that my lack of responding these last few days, or let's call it last week, I knew that kind of made some people fearful to think that maybe I don't trust them anymore. That's what happened.
So, do you think there's anything you could have done to save yourself? Like made a deal, maybe there's somebody under the bus?
I mean, I don't know. At that point, I feel like, everybody's minds were already made up. To be honest, if I were literally anybody in that game, I would want me out. Because remember, I'm Mr. Smart. I've been running this game the entire time, right? So much so that I could never win a challenge, and that I'm out now. So,
but just because you didn't win a challenge doesn't mean you didn't make moves and make things work. You don't always have to win the game.
That's fair. That's very fair. And definitely I did a lot behind the scenes that I would maybe like to discuss at some point.
Well, we can discuss it right now.
Perfect. Look at that.
Justin, the best sway in there. Yeah. Tell us, what were the moves that everyone was so scared of that they were thinking, but they didn't really know what was going on?
I mean, everybody was saying that Justin talks to everybody. Justin's in with everybody. Justin's playing the middle. And you know what? Everybody was right. I was 100%. And I don't think I made that a secret. My goal, and I said this in my interview, my goal was to make genuine connections with everybody. And to at least say hi to everybody, even if it's not on a game level. And I think that started to build my social game. And I also said that I wanted to be like Tim from Big Brother Australia and Big Brother Canada. And Tim made moves. And I wanted to make one big move. And that was the Latea Connor episode, which was a whole scramble for almost a day.
Leading up to that, what happened to your momentum where you weren't saying much, but then your name was said and it was all hands on deck? I've never seen your name pop up so much. It was just Justin everywhere. And then once, like Terrell said, once you were safe, it was like, oh, all right, I'm good.
Just toss it to the side. Yeah. I mean, I think the right people won Paymaster when my name was being tossed out. So I think I kind of lucked out there. But again, it's because I made these connections very early on, and I made connections with the right people. Not only right people in a game sense, but right people on a human level, because I think I made connections with genuine people. So it worked both ways for me.
So when it comes to the ones left in the game, who would you have wanted to work with to the end?
I mean, if Terrell had saved me, I would have honored that promise. I would have taken Terrell as far as I could go. But I did promise an end game with somebody that's currently in this game, and I don't. That is one thing that I don't want to throw them under the bus. But that is, they know who they are, and I think that they can win.
Okay.
One thing I'm not going to say.
Okay. All right, Justin, you're still trying to cover for people on your way out.
Just one.
Okay. Who do you think's sitting in the best position right now?
Maddie.
The house.
1000% Maddie. Maddie has been in the best position in this game since day one. And Maddie, you know we're friends, but you're doing a great job. And you fooled me. And please, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if I've ever said Maddie's name. Maybe I did once. But Maddie, you've said my name the last 4 or 5 votes. And I believed you every time when you said that you wouldn't do it again. But you did. And look where I am. So it was good move.
Okay, so let's talk about this episode where you got voted out.
Mm-hmm.
No, before that, why didn't you vote the round that Edgar went into the box and Millie had to pick? What happened?
I really didn't want to say anybody's name because A, I liked them all, and B, I was still trying to play the middle. And it was to a point where I was getting to the end, and with 2 seconds left, I thought I threw the names out there. But it didn't happen in time. I watched it back. I can confirm that. But I was playing the middle down to the end.
Listen, you have 15 minutes. You don't get 2 seconds to say a name. That it's not going to work.
I know. I know that now, and I will tell all future players, please say names. Please.
Yeah, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So Chantel wants to know, even though I know I asked you this, but she wants to dig a little deeper. Considering that you guys were at final 7, that's the time where you fight harder.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you like everybody, but there's only one winner. And I thought you wanted it to be you.
I knew when it was me, Harris, and Millicent, I knew 100% Millicent was safe. So it was a 50-50 shot no matter what. And it was me and the person that I kind of started out this game with. And it was hard, I really didn't know what to do. And at that point, I just had a gut feeling that no matter what I said, I was going to be the person thrown out. So I tried, but sometimes you just know, and I knew.
And it's impossible to play the middle when you're at final 8, final 7. Yeah. It's better to pick a side at that point.
Yeah. I was going to, if Terrell saved me, that was 100% to the end going to be my side.
Oh, but that's too late. You're already in the vault at that point. You got to make those deals beforehand.
It just, in retrospect, I wish that I had been more active those few days. But it's no hard feelings, and Terrell, you made the right move for your game.
How does it feel to be out of the murder manor?
I will say that, it is sad. I genuinely, I thought I could make it to the end. I thought I could win. But it's a little bit of a relief. I don't know if anybody else has said that, but it feels like a weight off my shoulders. It's like I don't
Everybody has. Everybody.
It's so true. Like, I don't have to worry about who's wanting me out now. I could just relax. My Skype messages were totally dry, It was kind of nice. But also, I do wish that I could have made it to the end.
Now that you're in jury, are you getting any tea? Is anything being said to you that you didn't know about before?
What do you mean?
Oh, we didn't add you to the jury chat yet? Oh, no. My bad. All right, we'll skip that. That didn't, yeah, whatever. So now that you're going into jury,
mm-hmm.
Are you planning on voting game-wise or who you like? Sorry, Brandon.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell everybody in this game exactly what I'm basing my vote on.
Okay.
I don't care how many competitions you want. I don't care how many paymasters you want. I want to see the moves that you made. I want to see the strategy. I want to see how your social game either evolved or how it's just remained constant, because that's the game that I played, and I want to see somebody do it better than I think that I did. So that is solely what I am basing my vote on. If one person's won 7 competitions but made no strategic moves, and the other person made strategic moves, that person gets my vote. Spoiler.
Everybody thinks different. That's why I ask. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay, Justin, I see you. I see that. I like that. I know you like everybody, but give me an honest answer, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you this question. I need an honest answer.
Absolutely.
Who do you hope comes out the door next?
Maddie. I'm sorry. I feel the most betrayed by Maddie. And again, all of, but I do hope that Maddie is out next, just for a little revenge.
Ouch.
Not even Terrell. I can't even be mad at that because again, I think Terrell made the right move.
Okay. Are you willing to say who you're rooting for?
I can't because that would go against the one thing that I said. But I will say that I am rooting for everybody in the game. I don't know how to make that vague, but
Okay, so we always ask this question: who do you think that's left in the house is going to win?
I think Maddie is going to win, 100%. And again, Maddie, I'm sorry, I'm really not trying to like ruin your game, but I'm very what's the word? I'm very in awe of how you've played this game, and you did it better than me. I think you're doing it better than just about anybody. And yeah, I think Maddie's honestly, I think Terrell is playing a great game as well. I don't know if Terrell has ever been the target, at least not from what I know, which is very impressive at Final Six. That's that.
Okay. Were you trying to win that last paymaster?
Oh yeah. The thing is that with the way that the Zoom worked, every time the picture would come up, everybody's pictures would like cover half the thing. So I'd spend half a second trying to move, and then I was so, and I couldn't get an accurate count. The only competition that I threw was the balls on the book because I knew I couldn't win it. And once I saw Connor drop, I'm like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah, well, Dylan called me out on that because that was the round that I messed up because I should have stayed, but I folded and I went out and I got voted out.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it was a bummer. It was a bummer night for me. And Dylan likes to rub that salt in.
You live and learn.
Yes. So Kyra in the chat would like to ask,
Hi, Kyra.
Justin, would you come back for another season?
It's the $1 million question. I think I would. It would have to depend on some things, but I think that there's some type of redemption arc that I could try to fulfill. So we'll say maybe. I'm not shutting the door, and I'm not saying yes.
Okay. We have a question from Brandon. Brandon says, Maddie's name once. You said Maddie's name once. She said yours name many times. Why didn't you say her name more?
Because I kept believing her that she would stop saying my name. And at the beginning of this game, I put just about full trust in a few people. And Maddie was one of them. And I just wanted to believe. And I believed a little too much. And I will say that another person I put my full trust in left kind of early, and I was so upset. Well, not kind of early, but midway.
Who's that?
I mean, everybody knows it was Rachel.
Oh.
Rachel, I had no idea that you were the target. I'm sorry. I was ready to take this far with Rachel.
We have another question from Brandon. He says, "Who's your favorite former player of I Love Money?"
I'm gonna be honest. I really liked Shelby. Shelby was so fun. I don't know, probably Kyra. Shelby and Kyra are probably my two.
Shelby, yeah, we love Kyra. We love Shelby all
Mm-hmm.
day. Do you have any regrets?
I mean, playing the middle through 7 and 8. I should have just firmly stayed on one side. But my goal was to get rid or dismantle the alliance of Connor, Latea, Ryan, and Maddie. And I guess I did a little, but it's still there, which is very impressive. I will say that Ryan is a fighter, and I have a lot of respect for Ryan. And I low-key am also rooting for Ryan at this point because I think that that's a great story.
You know, okay, so who do you think will get to final two?
Realistically, I can see probably Terrell and Maddie. Honestly, I really do think that that's a thing. And it'd be close. It'd be really close. It'd be a really close vote. So if I had to say right now, realistically, Terrell and Maddie.
Okay. Hannah Carter asked, "What are you most proud of about your game?"
I think the thing I'm most proud of is the fact that I stayed true to. Oh, thank you. I stayed true to who I am as a person, as a human being. You know, my values and my interests, and I kind of kept that integrity in the game, which is the thing I'm most proud of. Forget all the moves, forget all that. I stuck true to who I am.
What's something that you did that most of the house isn't aware
of? Pretty much, at least I thought. I pretty much knew about every single alliance the second that it was created. And somebody in the anonymous, the happy hour messages, somebody called me, and I'm blanking on the word, but like, oh my god, what's the word? Like everybody tells their secrets to, like Andy from Big Brother 15, where it was like everybody said, "Oh, Andy's my final two, Andy's my final two," and then they panned to Andy, and Andy was like that. I knew literally everything that was happening right when they were happening. And shout out to my alliance members for keeping me in the loop.
Okay. See, it's hard for me because I know so much and I have to make sure I don't slip up and say something I shouldn't. So
okay, so let me say I think that I knew everything at first. I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe there's something else, but I would like to think that I knew everything when it happened. Like I knew about the Misfits long before it was public knowledge, and I wasn't even in it.
So knowing about all these alliances, did you want to maybe try to join any of them, or maybe try to branch off and like make your own?
Well, I tried to join an alliance that I was invited to, and it didn't happen because I was on a trial run for 8 episodes. And I don't know, when you do a trial run for something, you're there for 7 days and then you buy in or you don't. So I was kind of strung along, and that's why I went against everybody because I was mad. I'm being honest.
Do you?
I would have gone to the end with the Connor, Latea, Ryan, Maddie, Harris group. I would 100% have at that point.
At that point, but then towards the end, you would have went to the other side if need be.
I'm like, all right, next time it's gonna happen. Yes, next episode, and I'm like, all right. Are they still thinking? Do they want me? Why don't they want me?
But Justin, you're in a game, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody says your name more than once, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
they want to work with you, bro.
Well, I know that now. Definitely some surprises. But at the time, I was still living in ignorance, living in bliss, and I was like, yes, this is the episode. I'm gonna be asked to join this alliance. And then I was told to vote for oh my god, what was the thing? I was told to vote for Terrell. And so I voted for Terrell. And Terrell, that's the only time I voted you is when I was told to vote for you. And then everybody switched up on me and voted Morgan. And I was like, I want to be here. It is what it is.
Oh. So if you ever decided to come back,
Mm-hmm.
would you play the same you played or would you change it up?
I mean, I think a lot of my game worked, but it works up until a certain point, and it's the point that I got to. So I think something needs to change. Also, let me just quickly say, because I haven't watched every exit interview, but I did watch Latea's, and Latea said, did Justin really say preseason that I was the person I wanted to work with most? Yes, you were the person I wanted to work with the most preseason. Just want to get that out there. But yeah, something would need to change. I need to maybe practice some physical competition. Maybe practice holding my arm up for an hour.
Yeah, I did.
Really?
Before I got on, yeah, I practiced.
Oh, that's brilliant.
You got to watch the stuff. So I know you're saying you want to see Maddie come next, but who do you think is going to go next?
I really don't know. I want to say maybe if Ryan doesn't win, maybe Ryan. But Ryan's lasted now 3 or 4 extra rounds more than I thought that Ryan would. So something's working.
So there was a discussion happening kind of in the midst of the game of the live last night. It was kind of happening but not happening at the same time. Why didn't you bite on that hook that was being thrown out to you?
I was probably the last person to be looped in on it because I was not necessarily present. And B, it wouldn't have mattered. Let's be real. It wouldn't have mattered in that specific situation, but maybe it'll come up next time. I'll leave that with the audience to have a surprise. But I was like the last person to know. At least I think I was.
Okay. What was the situation? Oh, Brandon. We'll talk about that later, Brandon. Okay, so this is where we come to the end of our lovely combo. Cool. Is there anything you want to say, get off your chest, let the players know, let the audience know before we say goodnight?
Let me just say that I really hope we find out at the reunion who wrote all these anonymous messages. I have not written. The only anonymous message I wrote was saying that Shangela was robbed of the All-Stars 3 crown. I didn't write any other messages, so I don't know who did. But that is the thing I am most looking forward to seeing. And I might be the only person in this game who knows who the saboteur was. And we'll leave it at that. It wasn't me.
It wasn't you. All right, Justin. Well, do you want to plug yourself? This is the time. Your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you got.
I don't want to plug anything of mine. I want to take this time instead to genuinely say thank you to every person on production. This game was so fun. You all put so much effort into this, and genuinely, and I'm going to speak for the entire cast, future players, past players, you have no idea how much we appreciate it. And I mean that. Love you all.
Thank you. We enjoyed having you as well.
Thank you.
Make the tears come. We appreciate it.
It's been fun.
All right, we're gonna say good night because we got stuff to do.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye.